So this is your first Photoshop piece. Let's open up Photoshop. And we want to create a new document. And I would say this document would be something like 720 by 480 pixels. Make sure you have pixels selected, not inches. Background is white, that's fine. RGB color. Now, here's our canvas, and this is a canvas we can draw on. You've got a lot of familiar tools here. You have brushes, you have a bucket, eraser, things like that. So let's start out with the brush tool, and we can go up here and select any kind of brush, any size we want, and we can also change that size within here. So let's just make some marks. And let's change the color by clicking on the color. Making some more marks, changing the style of the brush maybe. Okay, and now we have layers. That's kind of a thing that sets Photoshop apart, are the layers. And layers can be stacked like pancakes can be stacked. If you don't see layers, you can go to Window and just select layers, and that will show you your layers. So let's go up to the upper right hand corner in the layer palette and do a new layer. Now we have two layers, one stacked on top of another, and we can also either draw or use the bucket tool. And now we've got a green layer above, and then we have the layer below. So I'll take the top layer is selected, and I can choose here in this pull down menu what we call modes, and modes are ways that the top layer will interact with the layer below it. So if I want to experiment around, I can use all different ones until I find one that I like. And now that I have a layer with a mode on it, that's really all I want you to do for Photoshop 1. But experiment, you can draw things, you can be abstract, whatever you want to do. Use whatever colors, whatever brushes you want to use. Now I want to save that. So I'll go in here, save as. And if I'm saving it just for now and I want to work on it tomorrow, I can save it as ps1.psd, Photoshop document. Okay, and I can save that in pictures in my folder that I've named Dotson. Look at that. Okay. Or I can go to my computer. I'll click on the wallpaper, go to Go, connect to server, and this server number happens to be 41. It'll depend on what year you are, but you connect to whatever the server IP address is within the Spots hard drive. There's another folder that will say what year it is, and then be it in the fall and the spring, you can put your Photoshop 1 in the folder you've created in here. So I can save it directly to, I'll call that ps1 as a JPEG, and I'll save it in my folder on the server, spots, index, and then I'll save it, whatever my name happens to be, in there. Okay, also, after you're done saving the normal size one, you want to go to image size, and create a thumbnail. And that would be 1 inch by whatever turns out here. Okay, or 72 pixels, it's the same. And that's just a smaller version. We want to save as and call that ps1 underscore thumb. Okay, and we'll save that as a JPEG. Oops. ps1 underscore thumb. And we'll also save that in that same folder. And so that's it. That's your first Photoshop piece.